Hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon, singer and voice coach, nurturing confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. Today, I'd like to talk about stammer or stuttering, and it's something that a lot of people suffer from, and it's something that is not going to be solved overnight. But I'd like to give you 5 tips on how to overcome and how to manage your stutter. Tip number 1 is to breathe correctly. Now, I have a few videos which I'll link above on breathing and how to control the amount of breath and control the rate of breathing. It's really, really important that you're breathing absolutely correctly from the core muscles, from your belly, from the abdominal muscles, and that they're engaging and you're also letting enough air into the lungs. Tip number 2 is to speak on the out breath. So use the breath to create the sound. And what I want you to do is I want you to take a breath in from here, from the below, and let the breath out with a sigh. The next thing is to do exactly the same thing, but to engage the vocal folds and create a sound. So intone the sound. So make it as breathy as you can. And now add some words. So if I was to say, for instance, hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon, that would be a really good start because it's the consonant is an aspirate. So your onset, which is the opening of the sound, where your vocal folds start to close and create a sound, it's going to be a ha. So hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon. Hi, my name is Jimmy Cannon. Use the breath for the sound. Tip number 3 is something that I need to be conscious of, and that's speaking slowly. And it's very, very common when we're recording videos or we're speaking to someone and we're talking about something that we're passionate about. And especially if you've got a stutter or a stammer or a tic. And I used to have a tic when I was younger, and I'll tell you about that another time. But I'm very conscious of that. And I'm very conscious of that coming out as I'm speaking. So the best thing to do, as well as to use the breath, is to speak slowly. You'll be surprised how much information you can get across by speaking slowly. And also, it will give you time to think about what you're going to say next and probably to condense what you're going to say in your mind before you say it. Tip number 4 is to use what's called smooth speech. In other words, in tone on one note. So if I was to take one example of what I'm saying now and do it on one note, it would be something like that. The idea is that the constant breathing and the constant connection between the vowel sounds and the breath is going to eliminate any conscious feeling or urge to stammer. Hopefully, it's definitely worth a try. It will take time. I'm going to stop now. Tip number 5 is to relax before you speak. So take a few minutes just to do some yoga or some Alexander technique, or just sit there and breathe through your nose. So take a breath in slowly. Hold it for a second and let it out with a sigh. Just doing that a couple of times, as you can see, it's just a nice way to relax and not feel too anxious about speaking, and that hopefully will help with your stammer or your stutter. Any ideas, any comments, any suggestions, please do put in the comments below. I'd love to speak to you about whether you have a similar voice disorder or if you have a similar stutter or stammer or tic that stops you from communicating and stops you from doing what you want to do in your passion in life. I'd really, really like to know. Please put it in the comments below. Speak soon.